This is kvci.blogspot.com. George Boss Ryan, still in the hood on the south side of Valdosta, Georgia. Down here with my brother from Quitman, Georgia. And what's your name again?
Alfred Hill.
Alfred Hill. My beautiful brother, how y'all doing over there? And we just decided we were sitting here because mainly what I want to talk about is that you remember when I was on the radio and I was up here a few minutes ago and you asked me about what was I doing, and I told you that I'm no longer on the radio. You said that they wanted to get me off because they didn't want the truth that I spoke. Can you say a little bit about that before we get into this?
Basically, Brother Ryan, you were telling, like you said, the truth, and people don't want to hear the truth. I mean, a lot of the time people afraid of the truth.
Yes, sir.
The truth is going to be revealed whether you're on the radio or not.
Yes, sir.
Through the work that you do.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to come to a head sooner or later.
Sooner or later. Mr. Alfred, I want to thank you, and I wanted to get this on YouTube so people can see that my work is not in vain. It was years ago, for over 20-some years, even 2 years before I retired from the United States Armed Forces, I got on the radio. I started out with the New Mind broadcast, then I talked about the CWD broadcast. Those acronyms meant Community Words of Deliverance, which was to keep this truth in focus for the common folk, for the betterment of our community, state, nation, and world, in an attempt to bring about the resurrection of the spiritually and economically dead in time to save grandmom and granddaddy's children from a life of crime, jails, prisons, and sudden destruction. Our theme was to let us turn to each other and not own each other. Let us save the brother and sisterhood in the neighborhood, because I said that it was time to make a change. I believe that then, and I believe that now. The greatest thing that we have on this planet is truth, love, and understanding. And once we get outside of the boundaries of those few principles, we are in serious trouble. And so the brother asked me what I've been doing. I told him that I've been on YouTube, got over 1,000 videos on YouTube about Valdosta, about the economically oppressed people and other areas. Just got back from Port St. Joe in Florida. Okay. Down there working with the biomass plant, 2 trips down there. Atlanta NAACP State Convention, Florida State Convention. Just got back from Rosewood. Professionals asked me to come down and do a tour from people that came down from Orlando University. We met down there at Rosewood, Mr. John Robinson and myself, and this is what we do. But let me get back on point. You don't know nothing about it in your local area. You don't know nothing about that because the news media and Channel 6 and the local newspapers won't report that. But I'm making an archival record that will be maintained hopefully at the local museum, at Serenity Church, as well as the city and Quitman and surrounding areas, because we know that if you do not get truth, then you can never be free. Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth will set and make you free. So without truth, you can never be free. You will always be deaf, dumb, and blind to the times, and unable to make intelligent decisions based on facts. And so because of that, as a prelude into this backdrop, I'm going to give you tape number 1 called Word on the Street.
Okay.
That a video over 3 hours. I'm going to give you a copy of tape 2, Word on the Street, over 3 hours. That's 6 hours of information and news that you will not know about unless you find your way to come in someplace to find out what's going on in your beloved. I'm also going to give you video 3. That's another 3 hours of the work that I do in the community that most people in Valdosta don't know nothing about because they don't want you to know. I'm going to give you another one called The Word on the Street. That's number 4. I give this brother that simply because of the fact that he wants to know, and when a person wants to know, they should get the truth without a price. This is number 5. All this is information that have been disseminated in this community dealing with the Equipment 10, the Section 3, Title 6, dealing with city council meetings where we were arrested on May 5th, 2005, standing up for what is right. We talk about the low, impoverished people. We talk about the 30 deaths in the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. We talk about that you can't even find out what's going on out there in the jail now because they say they're not even subject to the Open Records Act. And we don't think that's right, but we're going to continue to do what we do. This is tape DVD number 6. Now, I don't know how many hours that is, but all I know is that I keep putting the DVDs out because I don't want the people in this community, especially the black African Americans, deaf, dumb, and blind to the times and not able to make intelligent decisions based on facts. Now, some of you ask me, say, Brother Ryan, you give him all that tape, how much do you charge him for that? If he want to give me a donation, he can, but if he don't, it don't matter. My concern is that we as black folk begin to understand that unless we get up and start doing something for ourselves, we will always be at the bottom. We will be deaf, dumb, and blind to the time, committing crime, filling the jails and prison system with black African American, our young men, which is the future of tomorrow. I'm down here in the heartbeat of the hood. I'm down here because this is what I do. My brother, you want to get any closing remarks you want to do within the close this out?
All I can say is put my hands in the hands of a man and keep the good work up, Brother Ryan, because help is on the way.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Then we're going to close this at kbci.blogspot.com. George Boss Ryan doing what I do, because if I don't do it, who will do it? Peace. We gone.